going live now. Big G Labs. Okay, I'm here. Test the volume. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Getting ready. Huh? Okay, live there. Wow. Okay, cool. So let me do this. Let me do this. All right, everybody. I'll be right with you all. As you all see, the stream is starting. I'm Guyland Jackson, and I'm going to be talking about AI Gumbo. And my intern's going to have it. No, it's all good. Give me a few minutes. I'm still waiting for everybody to come in on the stream. Unfortunately, I don't have all the chats lined up or anything else like that, but I will. So not today, but tomorrow. So if you do need to get in touch with me, you can send it to Guylan, Gylon, at vodpodmedia.com. That'll probably be the best way for you to tap in with me. Let's see here. Documents. Recents. Where are we at? G Drive. There we go there. Let's see, make sure everybody's streaming. And what is up with you? So the only one that's not streaming correctly is LinkedIn. Why is LinkedIn not streaming correctly? Give me a second. I will be starting here in a second. Seems like there's a little bit of a delay. Okay, there we go. Actually, LinkedIn is faster than everybody else, it looks like. Oh, there we go. All right, everybody is on. So, um, if you are on TikTok, I'm not on TikTok right now. Hey, Jen J, 461, how you doing? If you are on YouTube, then you can go ahead and drop into YouTube, ask me a questions about the AI training. If you are on Facebook, I will try to monitor all the chats. Um, but right now, what I really want to do is kind of get into this training. So, are you leaving? Yeah. Oh, so my intern's over here, and she's trying to get video footage of me doing this. She's all sly and everything else, right? So, can you see? Oh, you're not on yet. Okay, so let me go back to the main shot here. Actually, desktop. There we go. Full shot right there. There you go. They can see you. Look, so my intern's right back here getting all the information. So listen, I produce everybody's live stream. Like I produced over 400 live streams. For me doing live streams is actually kind of funny. I've done them in the past, but I look and I'm like, what do I look like? And how do I sound and everything else? But what I decided to do is this, I'm just jumping in, right? I'm 10 toes down. I am jumping in and I am going to start sharing all the knowledge that I have about AI, the knowledge that I have about podcasting, the knowledge that I have about business automation, marketing, and start putting it together. So really, I'm going to be focusing mostly on AI. I'm calling it AI Gumbo. Why am I calling it AI Gumbo? Because AI has a lot of information from a lot of places, and everything right now is like just thrown into the AI and is mixed together and everything else. And we have funny taste in our mouth. We don't even know what that tastes like yet because it's so crazy. It's the wild, wild west. I don't like okra in my gumbo. Some people like okra in their gumbo. So there's part of AI that people are not gonna like. There's part of AI that's gonna people are actually gonna like. I like seafood in my gumbo. I like sausage in my gumbo. I like chicken in my gumbo. That's amazing to me. So let's take the best parts of it, and we'll talk about the bad parts of it also. Maybe not today, but we will talk about the challenges that we have with AI as well. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna jump into just a simple slideshow about the modern landscape of AI. And I'm not going to talk about like tokens and everything else, but I'm going to talk about the four big players: Perplexity, Google, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude. Those are the four big players right now. A lot of people are using ChatGPT. Are you leaving? Okay, my intern is leaving, so let her out. See you, I'll see you later. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the training here. The modern day AI landscape and what does it look like? What are the tools that are out there and everything else? So let me go ahead and jump into our scene here. Go to the next one. There we go. So finding the right tool for every task. And what we're doing is going to go through a comprehensive guide. So this is not going to be perfect. Again, this is the first one that I've done in a while, but I think it's very important for me to go over this information. So the first one that we're going to touch. Oh, and then towards the end, what we're going to do is going to be super cool. Is I'm going to give each one of the chats, each one of the AIs, a similar prompt, and I'm going to see what each one is going to say in return. So that should be a lot of fun, right? We'll do tell us a joke. We'll do some productivity stuff as well. So what we're looking at right now is Perplexity, is one that not a lot of people use, but is one of my favorite ones. It actually, for me, it cites its sources. So the best things about it is it cites all of the sources. So it provides a direct link to the sources for each website. So if you ask it, what were the last 47 presidents? If you ask it, where's the best place to eat in Boston? It'll actually cite sources. So you actually see the sources for what's going on. So it's AI, and again, you need to check your sources when it's AI, but at least you have the sources to check from. And I think that's something that's pretty special. And it's really always up to date, which is the amazing thing because it's constantly being trained and learning. You're not going to get older information. You're going to get some of the most up-to-date information out there. You can ask it what's going on today in society. You can ask it about gas prices. You can actually take a look at the gas prices, say, and the reason I'm bringing gas prices, right, because that's crazy shit right now that's going on. But what we can do is we can look at the gas prices compared from last month to 10 years ago, right? And you can get a chart. And again, it'll cite the charts. It'll cite where it got the information from. And it clarifies the logic. It always asks for follow questions for vague prompts. A lot of people are getting involved with prompting. They may not know exactly how to prompt. It's an ever-evolving thing, but the more information you give a prompt, generally the better. But if your prompt is vague, if you say, I want the gas prices for the past 10 years, it may ask you, from what part of the United States do you want the gas prices from? Do you want it to compare to this, to this? Do you want to compare different administrations? So that's what Perplexity can do. Those are the good things. So again, it's going to cite the sources. It's going to be always up to date, and it's going to have clarifying logic, right? Now, the challenge is it doesn't have a lot of creativity. It's kind of boring, right? It's kind of like your eighth grade history teacher that wasn't excited to teach the history class. The level sometimes can just be surface level. It's just going to give what's out there, get that information, and then throw it out there. And there's no offline reasoning. Now, we can talk about reasoning and memory and the soul of AI and everything else like that, but it just really looks at the search rather than looking at like the deep answers, right? So it's not going to give you any reasoning really behind the answers. It's going to spit out. Now, it does a lot better job than it did, say, a year ago, right? And I was actually lucky. I found a way to get Perplexity for free. So I've had Perplexity, I think, for about 6 months now. So I got about 6 more months of Perplexity for free. There are limits and everything else, but I never reach those limits because I use AI a lot, but I'm not using it like extraordinarily a lot where people would be like, hey, what's going on here? So again, Perplexity, it's the fact checker, right? Now we move to Google Gemini, which I'm starting to use more and more and more. I am a Google fan. I've had a Google email account at least for 25, maybe 26 years, right? I am a Google fan. I understand they're going to take my data. I understand that they're going to look at my emails and they're going to send me advertisements. I get it. But I've been on it so long, Google has never steered me wrong. Had a couple of hiccups and stuff there, but Google is, for me, like really good. Now, it's a personal assistant in a lot of ways, right? It's already built on the tools and everything that you're currently used to. The interesting thing is that Google Gemini can summarize your file. So if you're using email, if you're using Google Docs, if you're using Google Slides, which is what I created this on, Google Slides, which is akin to PowerPoint, then it can view what you've done, and it can remix it, it can flip it up, it can do all different type of things because it's the ecosystem is the Google ecosystem, right? So it's going to be right there. Um, Crazy thing is like you can point it calls it a multimodal vision, right? What it basically means is you point your camera at a plant, you point your camera at a picture, you point your camera at a computer screen, and it'll literally tell you what's going on in that picture or on the computer screen. And it can actually walk you through doing certain things. So if you've never edited a picture before, if you've never used like a video editing service, or you're doing something for the first time, you can actually have Google watch your screen and walk you through that tool. That's how impressive that AI is, right? And one of the reasons I love AI is because AI allows you, right, and me to learn the way that we want to. We no longer have to be put in a classroom and everybody's going to learn the same. AI now gives us the opportunity to learn the way we want to. Now, we can say that about libraries and everything else, but some people are visual, some people are audible, some people like to read. It just depends. Now with AI, you get you get the best of all those worlds when you're learning, and it has a huge memory, right? Not every AI has a huge memory, but because it has everything that you have in Google and the way Google's been organized, it has a huge memory. Now, bad things. You can't do a picture of Donald Trump kissing Vladimir Putin, right? You can't do it, right? You can't take a famous star and put them on somebody else's body. Google Gemini is not going to allow you to do that because of where Google is in the world and because they have so many different rules and regulations and in a lot of ways, not always, right? People can argue with me and everything about this, but not in every way. But in a lot of ways, they respect copyright, they respect IP and everything else. Now, again, I've been giving my information to Google for a long time. So for Google Gemini to work really well, to go in and look at your emails, to give you synopsises of your email, a synopsis, not synopsises, a synopsis of your emails, right? Google can do that. However, the way that they're able to do that is because they have access to your email. And messy design. I don't think Google's design is messy, but it can feel cluttered sometimes. And you don't know because you have so many different tools and so many different organizations. So like slides and docs and your email don't necessarily all talk to each other correctly. They're working on that now, but it can get messy and you're kind of like wondering where your data is a lot of times. But again, we're going to go back through and look at some prompts here in a few minutes. So let's see, what do we have here? Do we have anybody? Give me 1 second here. Down here. Give me 1 quick second here. All right, we'll go back here. Go back to the slideshow. And let's see what we have. See if anybody's jumping in on the chat or anything else. I want to make sure that I am answering. Okay, Yusuf said my sound is a little low, so let me turn my sound up here. Give me some more decibels. It sounded loud earlier. So I just boosted this up. So this is going to be a lot louder. So hopefully, Yusuf, you can hear this better now, my man. Let's see. Let me just double check something on this stream here. Bear with me, good people. And those people that are not good people, because I love you all. Yeah, our sound should be pretty good. But Yusuf, I understand. Okay. So now let's look at ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT is kind of like the Swiss Army knife. Where I got my feet wet with AI is ChatGPT. It's easy to talk to and it's versatile. And listen, you can actually have a conversation with ChatGPT that is absolutely crazy. There's a mode where you hit the microphone and on it, and you can actually have a conversation back and forth with ChatGPT. It's kind of crazy. So the voice mode is really good. It remembers your style. ChatGPT really gets into like who you are. It talks about, the things that you like when you're speaking back and forth to it. It'll remember what you've talked about 2 or 3 days ago. And the more you give it, the more it actually learns about you. You can put things in folders. You can put things in projects. It's pretty damn cool overall. But this is where I actually cut my teeth at, right? Um, and it makes pretty good art. It says great art here. It makes good art. ChatGPT doesn't make great art. Now Google Gemini, the image on that, the art there is absolutely amazing. So I would say Google Gemini gives you better art than ChatGPT does. It does hallucinate, and it's a bit snarky sometimes. There was a show I was looking for, and I gave it to it, and it said, "No, you've never seen this show before. No, this is a real life event." It gave me several different things that it told me, and for the first time ever, this is about a month ago, I was arguing back and forth with AI, and when I found it, I actually gave it to it and said, "No, hey, this is the TV show I'm talking about." And it's like, "Hey, way to go." And I'm like, "No, I don't need to know way to go. Like, you told me it was something and it wasn't that thing." But then why was I arguing with AI? Like, and that's the world that we live in, right? So, if you're not paying for ChatGPT, which I actually pay for ChatGPT and I pay for Gemini and I'm getting Perplexity for free right now, your free version is going to give you limits, right? And I don't feel that it's as smart as a paid for version. That's something I could be telling myself. However, I do feel that there's a truth there. So I lean on the side of $20 a month. We pay for Netflix, we pay for Disney, we pay for all these other ones. I feel that where AI is going and the opportunity that we have with AI as business owners, as individuals, as CEOs, as COOs, as CFOs, as people that are mover and shakers, this is a technology that's not going anywhere unless there's a worldwide EMP, and maybe some of y'all are preying on it. But then if there is, can you read a map? Like, I could go down the crazy road of conspiracies and theories and everything else like that. The question becomes, where do you want to, what do you want to do? Do you want to learn or do you not want to learn? So I'm choosing to learn and spread my knowledge, right? So $20 a month is what I actually pay for ChatGPT. I'm already paying about $25 a month for Google Workspace, and that gives me even more on the Google Gemini section. And ChatGPT can be wordy. Good Lord. Some of the answers and stuff that I've gotten back from ChatGPT sometimes are crazy. But again, you can say, "Hey, cap it at 200 words. Give me 2 paragraphs. Give me 1 paragraph." Make it sound more natural, right? So that's where you start prompting things, and then you go from there, right? Rather than trying to copy and paste whatever you saw, or or not actually giving it good prompts, right? So that's what I'm looking at, right? So far we've gone through Perplexity, we've gone through Google Gemini, we've gone through ChatGPT, and one of the most impressive ones that we've seen, let me go ahead and hit here and go there, is Claude, right? Claude is incredibly great or good at writing, right? It doesn't sound so AI-ish when you're doing stuff. You have a great coding. If you're into coding, amazing. The coding on Claude Code is amazing. And I think there's some benchmarks. I think the latest benchmark I saw was somewhere about 83% versus a human on how well it codes. And then it handles good logic, complex things. If this happens, then this happens, which is good for Excel spreadsheets, figuring out formulas and things like that. Now, it's really only focused on, if we're going to look at the challenges, it really focused only on the eyes or the ears, or there is no eyes or ears, right? So it's really a text-based tool. There's not a lot of fluff. You can't feed it a website and say, "Hey, build me something like this." Again, paid tiers, we're seeing a cap. If anybody has heard of Claudebot, it's actually capping tiers because people are using so much data. And it's, so they're saying, so there's a plan that's, I think it's $20, and the plan that's $200. And that plan, the $200, is supposed to give you a lot of usage, but that's not unlimited usage. Think about, chatting and ChatGPT and AI and all these. It's kind of like the early days of smartphones or cell phones, right? When we used to have a limit on how many texts that we could send out, right? Remember that? Like texting was free. I think it was like between 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning, texting was free, right? That was pretty cool at the time until we had free texting all the time. There were family plans that you could only send 1,000 messages a month, right? Those are some of the things that we're running, not necessarily now, but that we ran into. And it's kind of like that same thing with the technology on the phone. What we're seeing and the challenges that we're running into is there are capping it, right? Because it is expensive. It is an expensive technology. And we can get into that one day. And it's expensive when it comes to water. It's expensive when it comes to electricity. But those are not the reasons why we're having water shortages and electricity price hikes. It's not because of ChatGPT. That's a whole nother, because of AI. That's a whole nother thing. They are contributing to it, but they are not the cause of it. And it doesn't have a direct web search, right? So whereas Perplexity has an amazing web search, Google Gemini has a good web search, and Perplexity, Gemini, and ChatGPT have good web searches. Claude doesn't have a good live web search at all. So again, really good at natural writing and excellent on logic. So I'm going to go back through real quick. Again, Perplexity, it cites its sources. I think that's the biggest one. For me, it's so when people say, where's your source? Where's your source? Especially if you're arguing with idiots from whatever side that you're on the internet, Perplexity gives you the tools to go find valid sources. And I do believe in valid sources, and not just trust me, bro, or I did my research, bro, right? Now, Google Gemini, listen, it's just kind of crazy because it's an ecosystem that's already there. So you can go ahead and go into that ecosystem, plug Gemini in, ask Gemini a question, and it can give you answers on slides, on Google Docs. Really, for me, the most impressive one, because I use Google Gemini all the time. ChatGPT, I love the way that ChatGPT interacts. It has a great personality. When they update it, sometimes the personality has broken, but it remembers your style, right? So I think that's the big one. So Google, because it integrates in the tools, ChatGPT, because it remembers your style. And then Claude, it's the natural writing, the logic, and the coding, right? So if you're a coder, if you want to learn how to code, Claude is going to be good. Now, Google and ChatGPT are also very good at coding. It just happens that Claude is one of the better ones. They do jump from one to another. One's sometimes a little bit better, depending on the latest version or whatnot that's come out. But again, Claude, Google Gemini, and ChatGPT are really good at coding, but Claude is great at writing. So that's the three. And I got one more silly thing. So Perplexity is kind of like, I would akin it to your library, right? Google Gemini is a professor that's kind of cool. ChatGPT is kind of like a Joe Rogan, right? Like that's what I kind of remind me of for ChatGPT. And then Claude is going to remind me of like that really dry professor, but they're technically sound in what they're telling you. So that's just my little silly way of looking at AI and stuff like that. So, okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to see, first of all, if we have any questions. Let's see if we have any questions from anywhere. Nothing on LinkedIn right now, I don't think. Let's see. Yusuf, what's good, bro? Sound is kind of much better now, bro. Thank you. My friend Joanne says, don't argue with AI. Yeah, and so we're going to jump into browsers. Very good, Yusuf. He says that he likes the Comet browser for Perplexity, and I'm actually going to show you this browser here in a second, which is amazing. And I just really want to look at the prompts. I don't know if Joanne is still watching or Yusuf is still watching. If you are, what's a prompt that you want me to feed to all four of the AIs? This could kind of be fun. So let me know, what prompt do you want to feed to all four of the AIs? And let me see if I have anybody here on YouTube. Who do I have on YouTube? Deshaun. Good. Thanks for the sound, Deshaun. By the way, come on into the studio, man. Let me know. I'll let you know when I'm going to be here. But come on in the studio. I know you wanted to do that. And then Jen J says, I've noticed that the voice assistant seems to separate itself from the chat, like it doesn't see the type chat. Are they working on that? I'm not too sure. Whenever I've done a chat on the voice assistant, I think I can actually demonstrate that to you. It's going to be kind of crazy. Let me go here and demonstrate what that ChatGPT chat is like when you're talking to it, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click on a button here, and that little, let's see if it's going to line up. There it is. You can kind of see it right there, right? Let me get back to my screen to make sure you all can see this.
If you want me to describe
Okay, hold up. See, it's already
visually on camera, feel free to hold it closer or adjust the angle.
it's
Let me know what you'd like me to help with.
it's funny because it already started talking to me. So I'm doing an AI training. Real quick, what I would love for you to do is to talk about, oh, see if it's going to work. Yeah. I want you to talk about how you compare, and you are ChatGPT, how you compare to Claude. What can you tell everybody? See if it's going to take that. Okay. My phone is jacked up right now. So let's see. I'm going to do down on the voice chat. Let's see here. I'm going to restart everything. Give me one quick second because I do want to show you all this because the voice chat is pretty cool. So let's see. ChatGPT. I'm going to bring you up. All right, there you go. I'm going to do a new chat. And I'm going to say, hi, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well. Glad to hear from you. How's your day unfolding so far?
My day is really, really good. Hey, I'm doing a AI training right now, and I would like for you to compare very succinctly and very quickly in 2 sentences each. How do you compare to ChatGPT? How does ChatGPT compare to Claude?
ChatGPT is known for its conversational flow, often feeling engaging and adaptive while excelling in creative ideas. Claude, on the other hand, emphasizes a more cautious, transparent reasoning style with a strong focus on safety and factual grounding.
See, there we go. Now, I am seeing that it is giving me the information. I just stopped it, by the way. I am seeing that it gave me our conversational piece here, and it will save it on the side. So when I come here and I look at the chats, it says conversation, greeting, exchange. So it does save it. Jen, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it is saving it, right? I love that. I think it's one of the coolest things in the world to have that conversation. It's time for me to upgrade. I'm on an iPhone 12. I'm going to go to the 17 because, believe it or not, there are some iPhone pieces right now, or there's some AI, what is called an LLM, a large language model, which is the AI, that are actually being able to be run on your phone locally or on your computer locally. So if you have enough memory, if you have a fast enough phone, then you can actually download your own AI assistant. It's a lot to learn, but it is happening. So let me go back to the chat real quick to see if anybody else is going on here. Let's see, Facebook, what do we have? Okay, Yusuf still, user prompt. You are an expert digital marketer. Don't just give me ideas. Show me how to get leads, phone calls. See, Yusuf wants me to do his job for him. I think he did a training today. Yusuf and I will tell you something about Yusuf. I love Yusuf to death. He takes action, right? Him and I are very similar in a lot of ways. Yusuf takes action. And Yusuf, I'm taking action. I'm coming for you, man. I'm coming for you, Yusuf. He doesn't do a lot of lives, though. I don't know why. He's a pretty man. Yusuf's a pretty man. I don't know why he doesn't do more lives. Okay, so I'll look at that prompt. Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the different prompts now. So, all right, so do I have everything open? Did I open Claude too? Let me open up Claude real quick. So I'm going to keep it simple, Yusuf, just for everybody involved. Okay, so continue. No, I don't need unlimited access. Okay, so he said, bring it on. Okay, so I'm going to ask the chats. So I'm going to ask each of them, how can I be the best AI/automation guru/expert in my area? Okay, so I'm just going to use the basic GPT Nano, which is, wait, no, you know what? This is funny because I am not, okay. This is crazy, guys. I'm not on Claude right now. I am on a service that brings all of them together, right? So I wanted to use each one individually, and they have me all on the same one. So I'm going to go Claude, see if I can get the correct one. There's it's kind of crazy. Let's see if I can find it here. There we go. Claude AI. So this is the real one. The one that I was on was not real. It was an advertisement. These AI companies have not been great at getting to the top of the search engine for whatever reason. And you have people that have purchased similar sounding domain names. And next thing you know, you are on a website that does not is not the official website. And I almost got food there. Okay. So 365 oops, I just gave everybody my telephone number. Hey, text me if you want. I'm here for it. Okay. I'm gonna get this verification code. Let me bring this down so you all can't see this because you could verify and steal my shit. 539. I'm not giving you the rest of the numbers though. Haha. Okay, so I'm going to verify the code. So personal use Claude for free. And it does have a Mac desktop app. I'm not going to use that Mac desktop app. I'm just going to be here. Let's see, can I get it up here? Oh, come on. Here, where am I at here? Okay, I'm in a crazy space for this one. All right, so let's do this real quick. Sorry, guys. Live demos, live training. Sometimes things don't go perfect. And if it don't go perfect, then you got to figure it out. And I am figuring it out on the fly because I'm smart. AI Gumbo is what we're calling this. All right. So I'm going to enter, says what they want to call me. They can call me Guyland because that is my name. Coding development, learning and studying, and design and creativity. Right, I should be showing you all that. There we go. Okay, so we'll talk about Cloud Code later on. I have my own topic. Okay, so I'm going to now feed each of, make sure that you all can see this. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed each of the services. I'm going to feed each one a prompt. Right, I'm close here. Let's see, what am I missing? I am missing Google Gemini. And most of these have a desktop app, so you don't have to go through them on your phone. I'm sorry, on your desktop. But if you do, it's not a big deal. So I'm going to go to Google Gemini. All right. So I have so many different accounts. Let me go here. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to ask, how can I be the best AI automation guru and expert in my area? I'm going to feed it to 4 different ones, and we're going to see what answer we like the best. Okay, so we're going to start with ChatGPT. Then we're going to go over here to Google Gemini. We're going to go to Perplexity. And then we're going to go to Claude Code. Now, you can see each one of them writing. And it's going to tell me, pick a narrow lane. So this is, so you can actually see as it's writing what's going on. So this is Perplexity. This is a Comet browser, right? So as you're going through, it's going to say, to become the best AI automation guru in your area, you need to be known for solving real business problems. That's the first line. Here's a practical roadmap. This is Claude. Remember, Claude is really good at writing, so it's not going to give you any personality in its answer. So it's going to say build deep technical skills, and then it's going to go bullet point on how to do it, right? So you got N8N, Power Automate. So this is your automation piece, right? Now, Google Gemini, again, has a little bit more personality. So it's going to become the go-to AI automation expert in your area by 2026. You need to shift from being a generalist to who knows ChatGPT to a systems architect who builds digital employees. So look at these 2 different ones. So this is Perplexity, right? And the model that I'm using on Perplexity is the best one. So it's actually using Claude Opus. No, it's not using Claude Opus. It's just selecting the best one. So I don't know exactly which one it's using. Perplexity is not its own AI. It uses a bunch of different AIs, but it has a very strong AI on the back end. Of course, this is Google Gemini. Master the agentic tech stack. So it's going to give you how to do it. And this again is Claude. And so where are we at here? Gemini, Claude. There we go. And ChatGPT. To help you become the best AI expert in your area, you could clarify a few things. So now it's actually asking me, right? So this is where AI gets a little wild. Why is it asking me now? Because it needs to clarify what I'm saying. And it's not just going to give me a random answer. So what is your current level of expertise with AI automation? A beginner? Are you more focused on software? What is your geographical area? Are you interested in a career path, business strategy? I'm going to go with number 4, right? So, okay, so it's going to say, what's your current? I'm going to say my current level is a 6. Are you more focused on software, AI models, process automation? So I'm more focused on software. What is your geographic area? So I am in San Antonio, and I will focus on business optimization. I knew. See, I can't spell. There we go. And then software, I can't type. Focus on software. Okay. And are you interested in career path? Let's look at thought leadership. I like the thought leadership piece, right? Okay, so I gave it the quick answers, right? I didn't have to spell everything out deep. Now it's going to come up with an idea or a plan or the information. So let's go back and look at Google while we're waiting for ChatGPT right now. So identify the revenue leak. Is it a missed call recovery? Use AI agents, lead reactivation, automated review management. So it gives a lot of information. Build a local proof portfolio, so you can do the free beta. You can say, hey, I'll give you this for free. Is a Loom strategy. So Loom is kind of like what I'm doing now. You see I'm at the bottom of the screen right over here, right? So I'm right there, right? I don't know if you can see me, if you can see me moving that. Anyway, so I'm right here on the screen right over here. I can record, I can go and look at a business website and tell them a business's website and look at them and say, hey, this is right, this is wrong. Not necessarily right or wrong, but this is where you can improve. This is where your challenges are. This is where your hiccups are. And they actually just watch that over and over and over again, and you can get leads from doing that. You can position yourself as a strategic partner, but this is information that Google gave you, right? This is Perplexity, build proof fast, the problem, the workflow, the tools, become visible locally, sell simple offers. Again, this gives you a plan. What I'm showing you here, right? And I'm doing a lot of talking, but when I stop and I slow down for a quick second, if you are a system person, if you are a person that loves or likes a plan, AI will give you a very succinct, cut and dry plan. Now, you still got to learn a lot. You still got to know a lot, but it gives you the plan for success. You want to open up a coffee shop. You want to open up a flower shop. AI becomes your tools, arguably an expert, where you can go talk to other people and they can give you the real world knowledge, but you can also go look at AI and be like, wow, I have this plan. And you can have a full business plan. If we would have started this at the beginning, we could have had a full business plan on whatever business is out there. There's still a human element, me, you, whoever's watching right now, that has to implement that plan. But I don't want to say there's no excuses, but it's getting to the point where there's not a lot of excuses, right? All right. So AI automation thought leadership plan. So this is interesting. I clicked deep research on ChatGPT. All right. So let me stop this. And that's what it's doing. Okay. So each of these AIs have different ways to search. And one of the ways, I'm gonna hit stop here, right? Because it's taking too long. One of the things is sometimes it goes into deep research. I just want an answer, right? I just want a generic answer. All right. So it's going to give me a generic answer, right? Now, notice this little thing right here. You see that little dash right there? That's how you can always tell if somebody is using AI to write. If they don't remove the dash, not AI, that's too broad, right? So you'll find them throughout. Not that's actually good right there, but your content create dash now. So if you're looking at Facebook, right, and you see something come across and it's a long article and you read it and you start seeing these random damn dashes, that is AI written, it's not human written. Just to let you know, take a look at that, especially in ChatGPT. So now that ChatGPT has come back, pick a clear battlefield, right? Not AI, that's too broad. So I help service businesses eliminate 40% of the admin work with AI. I build AI systems that turn content into revenue pipelines. Again, for me, the writing on ChatGPT is what I really like and what I've really fallen for. But Gemini is pretty damn good also. So build 3 to 5 real systems, no ideas, document everything. This is how you win thought leadership, become a translator. And if I had to say where I'm looking to go with this, it's probably being a thought leader, right? I think that Yusuf and I are both on the same page with this, right? It's about thought leadership, and it's also about growing leads and growing businesses, right? So Google's a little bit different, but so as you can see, we have 4 different AIs, right? We have Perplexity, we have Claude. Claude is very cut and dry, right? Almost boring. Now, if you look at Gemini, Gemini gives you pretty good information. Perplexity is pretty good as well, actually damn good. ChatGPT has the most flavor out of all of them, right? So if we're looking at what has the go back to the AI Gumbo, which has the seasoning, it's ChatGPT. Now, it did go deep research first. That could have been my fault, right? However, it could have. But I'm not 100% sure why I might have clicked on something or whatever else. But it doesn't default to deep research, right? So I kind of want to wrap this up because this is my first one. I'll be more succinct in the next one, but I want to show you something that's pretty damn cool. So what I want to do is I'm actually going to upload a file. And in uploading that file is going to be a picture that I created a little bit earlier, a screenshot that I took. And what I want to do with that screenshot, did both of my blue lights go out? Oh, one of my blue lights went out. My other one's still on. One of the things I want to do is I'm going to generate, that's one of my old ones. There we go. Let's see, recents. You can come up. There you go. So I'm going to take this screenshot and I'm going to say, make me excited and make me excited and create a YouTube thumbnail that is AI Gumbo inspired, right? So one thing I need to do is I need to come down to tools and I'll say create an image. So it's going to, I have no idea what it's going to give me. I have literally zero idea what this is going to give me, but we're going to do this together real quick because this is the fun. Wherever you see the dogs dancing and everything else, these are the fun things that you're going to see. Let me tell you one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this training right now. One of the main reasons why I'm doing this right now. Oh my God, this is fucking hilarious, but you'll see it. One of the reasons why I'm doing this training right now is because on April 29th, I'm speaking to the Emergent Leaders group of the United Way. I'm going to be speaking to 40 people on AI. And this is kind of like getting me into like that moving and grooving. Let's see what we can do with AI, all right? Let's really see what we can do with AI. And I'm going to be talking to them about beyond the bot, right? So we're not just going to be talking about chatbots. We're going to be talking about how to build apps, how to build tools, how to quickly build tools that do things for you. So let me check the chat one more time, see what's going on in the chat over here. All right. So Tootie says she's going to call me. Tootie, please call me. I cannot wait to talk to you. Yusuf, thanks for tapping in, my man. I think you had a class today, right? Deshaun tapped in as well. I'm actually having people watching. This is kind of cool, guys. Again, I do this. I'm normally sitting, on the background. with different shows on my VOD Media, VOD Media account. That's where you can find a lot of the things that I do. But I'm here now, and this is fun. This is a lot of fun, and I get to, give the knowledge and my opinions on things. And I think that rather than being afraid of AI, because it's going to take something from us, if we can slightly embrace AI, spend a couple of minutes a day using it, learning it, then you'll see that it really can save time. We have friends that have moms that are not doing good. There's certain ways that AI can help with medication or make sure they're taking the right medication, right? And you still get the doctor's opinion. You still do those things. But how can we use AI to enhance what we're doing? How can we use AI to give us more time with our families, right? Some would argue that AI is going to take the jobs. We'll be spending a lot of time with our families. I don't know if that's necessarily like 100% true or not, but hey, we all have our different opinions on what's going to happen. So before I reveal like this, geez, I can't believe I'm going to show you all this, but it's hilarious. So I'm going to show you what AI came up with when I gave it the prompt of, I said, make me excited and create a YouTube thumbnail that is AI Gumbo expired. Actually came out pretty good. So are you all ready for this? I'm actually going to share this. Let's see, main shot here. There we go. Does that look like me? Anyway, insane AI Gumbo, unlocking AI agents. AI agents are a whole nother thing that's going on right now. AI is pretty good at picking up what's relevant now and talking about it. I didn't talk about agents at all tonight. Agents are a whole nother world. It's a whole nother circus, and they're absolutely amazing though. But yeah, insane AI Gumbo, unlocking AI agents. This is what it came back with. I don't know. It made my teeth pretty damn straight. Okay, I'm kind of cool with that. Did capture the hat with the Major League Baseball on the hat right there. I can't put them side by side. It's going to take me a second. But look, it captured the Major League Baseball logo there. And it talked about, this is, again, Lang Chain, Perplexity, different ones. There's graphs and stuff there. Yeah, this is wild. But it caught the microphone. I mean, look, and it made like this cauldron, right? It's gumbo. Of course, I don't eat brains or parakeets or whatever the hell that is right there. But that's just the fun of what can happen when with AI. So for now, like, listen, guys, this is a start, right? This right here is a start. So if you have questions or anything else, GYLON at VODPod Media, VODPOD Media. You can look me up on LinkedIn, of course, and you can just Google me or go to vodpodmedia.com. I think my website's up. Did I pay the bill? Let's see if I paid my bill for VODPod Media. VODPod Media. Yep, my website is up. I have paid the bill. So here we go here. My site, there's some pictures of me, some things I've done. We can look at video podcasting. We can look at live streaming, which is where I've done a lot. I've done, over 400 live streams, literally all across the country. Of course, I'm moving into the AI consultation. Hey, look, what's this? Did I use AI to write this? Shh, don't tell nobody. And then, of course, my portfolio, right? I think my portfolio is here. No, I need to make sure that I get my portfolio on. So, but yeah, this is my website. This is who I am. This is what I do. And you go to VODPod Media, you can book a discovery call, and this will wind up in, let's talk about your vision. Let's talk about your vision. Really want to know what you all want to do. So I have one spot open tonight at 9:30. But I love each and every one of you all. My religion is love. My spirituality is love. I am a joyful, abundant, loving leader. Want to know more about that? Hit me up. I'll tell you about Atlas. And how can I help? How can I support you all? We're in this together. The only way that we're going to be great is together. And you still can make a lot of money and learn a lot of things on a team. Doesn't have to be one-off. Love each and every one of you all. Thank you for joining me, and I'll have another one of these pretty soon.